Hey guys, it's Kristen at Crafty Cat Doc. I'm back today to show you some more journals that I have made. I came across a giant box of playbills from a neighbor who got them out of someone's house, and there's a lot of really cool ones in there, but there's so many I don't really have a use for all of them. And I decided, I actually saw Jessica at Two Silver Oranges was making journals out of pamphlets, and I thought that these would be really good to do that. It wasn't something I had considered before, so I just reinforced the inside with fabric and to make them a little bit sturdier, and made some cute journals out of them. So I'm going to show them to you. There are 9 of them. I'm going to flip through one in pretty good detail. They're all very similar. Alright, so the first one is Fiddler on the Roof. This is a pretty cool, I should say they're all from like the 60s, early 70s. This one's really cool. It was, Bette Midler played one of the sisters, and apparently it was her debut on Broadway from what I'm seeing on the internet. Don't kill me if that's wrong, but I thought that was pretty cool. I do have several copies of this one, so I didn't like ruin the only copy that I had, and I'm going to keep one of them intact, but I thought it was neat. So they all have a little ball chain with a vintage key that has a number on it, and a little art tile that I made. These art tiles are also inspired by Jessica at Two Silver Oranges. If you guys are not watching her on YouTube, check her out. She's fantastic. She is so inspirational. She does so much stuff, and she's fun to watch, and she definitely has inspired me to do several things that I had never thought of doing before. So alright guys, so again, there's fabric lining the inside. I did put a little fabric flip on each of them right here because the eyelets that I use are kind of sharp, and I didn't want them to tear the pages, so that just kind of covers it up. I did not include all the pages from the playbill, but I did include all the ones that were specific to the play itself. So this is just kind of the cast page there. There's a lot of advertisements in these playbills too. There's Edith Holden page, coffee or tea dyed paper throughout. There is a page from an old work basket magazine in each one. Got some fabric tags. This is another cast page. Yeah, and you can see Bette Midler was one of the daughters, so it's pretty cool. Some lace trim. Got just a little collaged Rolodex pocket there with some ephemera. I picked up an old notebook at a antique store, and it was somebody's. This was like an engineering notebook, but he had dated the pages. And the pages are extremely fragile, so I can't do much with them, but I tore the dates out and collaged them onto these pockets because I thought they were pretty cool. There's an envelope with some vintage ephemera inside. I've got a little binder clip with a little fabric thing and some. This is a Dick and Jane picture, but it is cut from a reproduction book. It's not the actual vintage book. This is from a Jack and Janet reader, and it is the actual vintage book. It's from the 60s. Some Tim Holtz paper. Some more of the playbill. Just a little tag journaling spot. A glassine envelope with some vintage advertisements in it. And those, I believe, are from a Saturday Evening Post from the 40s, those advertisements. I've got a belly band here with a large ad from the Saturday Evening Post, again from the 40s, so those are really cool. There's a little cluster attached to the front. Again, this whole book is apparently inspired by Jessica at Two Silver Oranges, but she and Care Hart, who's also in the Junk Journal Connections group, both did clusters, and those are a really good way to use scraps and small pieces, so those were fun, and they're just stapled onto the belly band. A little paper clip with a charm with some ephemera, a recipe card, a hand written envelope from the 60s, I believe, a Rolodex card, and a film negative. a flashcard pocket with a card catalog card and a guest check. Other side of that Jack and Janet book. The other side of that envelope with a florist envelope and card in it. Picked up at an estate sale. This is the Tim Holtz wallpaper. It's relatively new. If you guys haven't checked that out, it's really cheap. You get like 20 sheets of it. It has a texture to it. It's really cute, and it's really nice. So pick some up if you can. It's cool. But each one has a vintage greeting card. And in this side, there's just a vintage ledger and a little floral journaling card that I made. There's an envelope with a vintage photo in there. This is Spring of 42. This is from somebody's scrapbook that I picked up. Got a fabric flip. This is a bed sheet, vintage bed sheet. It's pretty cool. And there's that one. Again, that one's Fiddler on the Roof. Dirty linen with a key and a tag. Sorry, I know there's a little bit of a glare, guys. My lighting is not great. I'm just going to do a quick flip of these. So again, they are all the same, essentially, just a little bit different fabrics, different pages, obviously. Sorry, I'm getting out of frame. Floral card. I think that little card is so cute. I'm sorry you hear my cat meowing in the background. He always wants to show up whenever I'm filming. Thinks I'm talking to him. This one is called Streamers. I am not a, I don't know much about plays, so I don't know most of them unless they're really famous ones, but so receipt in that one. Old Coach ad. There's some really cool old ads in these. In these playbills. This one's 1976. Most of them have a date. I haven't been pointing that out, but you can find a date on most of them. I do also put these playbills, just the regular playbills, listed in my shop if you guys are interested in them at all. I know that they probably have some value to someone who is into Broadway. Or they're definitely fun to use the ads out of and to turn into journals, as I've discovered. It's a magazine image. Travesties. They all have a bulb pin with a little button on it too. This cluster I did on a vintage photo, which I think is really cool. Need to do more like that. Alright. Lots of cigarette and liquor advertisements in those playbills. It's funny how times have changed. This one is Sweet Bird of Youth. Tennessee Williams play. It's fun if you look through. I have several with a lot of now famous actors who got their start on Broadway, or maybe just went back and did Broadway plays. But in these Workbasket magazine pages have some really funny ads. Sometimes they're interesting to look at. I love this charm. I love to buy jewelry from Goodwill, or where they sell the bags of just mixed jewelry that's broken or whatever, and take it apart and use the charms. If you guys have never done that, it's a lot of fun to just go through it, but you get a lot of good stuff out of there too. And these envelopes were out of a some kind of financial binder that I found. It was like a household financial binder, so they were pretty cool. I used them all up in these, but I've had them for a while. Decided to quit hoarding my stuff and actually use it, which, as you guys know, is hard to do when you find something you really like. So, but it's better given to someone else than sitting in my stash. So this one is Play It Again, Sam. Sorry guys, I keep hitting the camera. Cluster. It's a Woody Allen play, and it had Diane Keaton in it. It's pretty cool. Oh, Woody Allen was actually in this one too. Pretty page from that work basket. And I love this fabric. Alright, 3 more, guys. Pearly. Every time I look at it, I think it says purple, but it does not say purple. It says pearly. These are, I bought a bunch of canvas, that Tuesday morning canvas scraps, and I had no idea what I was going to do with them. But I used my stamps and stamped on them and just cut them out. They're really cute. On a couple of these, I ran out of those financial pockets, so this is just a regular, like, clasp envelope. I think 2 of them have that. It's another cluster I did on a old picture. And these are the Tim Holtz milk caps. Again, they're a good deal for as many as you get. I have since gone on eBay and bought real vintage milk caps because I liked these so much, but those are reproductions. Oh, sorry. Alright, No Nanette. Flower. Yeah, here's the other one with the clasp envelope. Another picture cluster. Alright guys, one more. This one is Hello Dolly, which is another one that I've heard of. A few of them are. And this one was from 1969. This was, I guess that it had the actual day of this play. It changed a little bit from the printing that they had at the cast, so that was in there. So I just stapled it on. So this is the only one that has that. It's another little flower charm. Cute little owl card. Alright guys, so this video has turned out quite a bit longer than I anticipated it being. Oh, this one also has a clasp envelope. If you made it this far, thank you. I will have these listed in my Etsy shop by the time you're seeing this, so there will be a link below to that listing. If you're interested, take a look, and thanks for watching.